Now, for those of you in the electronics and telecoms fields, you'll know that something called a tone and probe is one of the very useful pieces of equipment when it comes to cable tracing. So when I came across this in a second-hand store, I thought, oh, that's bloody fantastic, because this unit technically can function as a tone and probe, and it can also function as a cable tracer. It can also function for checking live voltages to make sure that if there's power there or not, sort of like a volt alert pen. All in all, it's actually a really nice piece of kit. Now, to bring this kit in from China, you would be looking at a cost price here in South Africa of about 3,000 Rand. I paid 599 Rand for this set second-hand, and as we can see from all of this, it is working 100%, and it's got a signal. So that makes me quite a happy chappy when something works out on the turn. All in all, I haven't used it too much yet, but I know I'm going to get a lot of use out of it. But before we go through and have a look at all the little intricacies such as the LED torches, etc., I'm going to have a look at the leads that come with this. It comes with a set of these like sort of universal leads that can be changed to pretty much anything. So technically what happens over here is the lead would plug in to the top of this thing. Your negative side would probably connect to your earth or whatever the case may be. For now I'm just going to put it on a probe, and your positive side would connect to something else. I'm just going to put on a clip, so whatever the case may be. And then you could actually then connect this onto a closed circuit. In other words, a shorted out piece of wire, and then run it like so. You could then, now bearing in mind this is just short range, you could then run this over whatever distance. We've got it transmitting on code F. We've got our receiver, and there the receiver is receiving the signal quite nicely, and you can hear it drop off. So yeah, that's working quite nicely. A few other things that you might want to do with such a device would be for mains tracing, for example, whereby you can actually connect the system directly to a mains outlet, wherever it may be. Basically connect that straight to the mains outlet, inject your signal through it, and then trace the cabling with this to see which is the connections, where the cable runs, etc. So it's quite a versatile piece of kit. But anyway, let's go through some basic testing of the two units and see what it's all about. Hello YouTube, welcome to this next installment of the Evian blog. So today I want to show you guys this transmitter cable locator system that I recently acquired. I went for the full hog because I wanted something a little bit more complete. Now most of the guys in the cable tracing game that do cable tracing generally go for your standard sort of tone and probes and stuff like that. I wanted something more industrial that I could use on both electrical and low voltage stuff. This transmitter, for example, can be connected directly to mains. In fact, I'm going to do that now for you guys to show you guys what it actually does. It doubles up as a voltmeter. So we'll just plug our probes in over here. Now, at the moment, I've just got the multimeter probes plugged onto the leads. You can plug your clips on or whatever you want. We're going to turn it on. Level 1 code F start. So now it's transmitting. But now, where it comes in handy is, let's say for example I am working on a main circuit. There you go, we've got 222 volts live connected in over here, and we'll turn our receiver on. As you get closer to the source of the signal, so it gets stronger. Now you can set this to manual and set your levels, where you'll have to get pretty much right on top of the signal. And so on and so forth, but we'll leave that on auto. And as you can see, it's tracking the signal coming out of that now. So it's kind of like a tone and probe, but a little bit more on steroids than your traditional sort of tone and probe units. Being able to work on live main circuits and tracing while working on those live main circuits is a big bonus for those of us that need to trace live circuits. Now, I don't know too much about everything that can be done with these. What I do know is this unit here can also double up as a voltage warning. So let's say, for example, I shove this lead into a mains pin over here. As you can see, it's warning me that there's live power in there. So yeah, that's a bit of a bonus. It's a bit of an extra feature, I should say, and quite handy from a safety perspective. So it's basically like a volt alert probe. That's one of the functions. Another function, you've got a little torch doohickey on this thing. Probably could come in handy. You've got your sound to mute. You've also got a backlight, and what looks to be quite a nice little backlight at that as well. Let's have a look. That's pretty cool. I didn't know about that one until now. But yeah, for all intents and purposes, all this really is a cable tracing system. So what would happen, you'd power it up, connect it to whatever cables you need to trace, and then of course you'd use this to find those cables on the other end. You can set levels depending on how far you are. So let's go for maximum level, start. Now this thing's pumping out full signal, so this thing here is going to scream at me the minute it comes on. As you can see, it's getting quite a strong signal from it. Level set. Let's drop that level down. Start. Bit of a less signal now because we're not putting out as strong a signal anymore. So yeah, pretty much that's it. And of course you can code these. Like for example, if we want to put out a different code, F seems to be the base code, so we'll just leave it on F. So I suppose if you have more than one of these, you could have different signals coming through, and this of course will be able to detect which signal it is. Like now we're putting out an F, it's telling us it's receiving code F signal. If we were to change the code on this unit over here to a an E, okay, then this one would pick up a code E on that signal, and that's pretty much the basis of this unit. I mean, it's not rocket science in any form of the way, but it pretty much just helps you with getting you through your daily work. Another bonus, again, like I said, this one also has a torch function. It is a voltmeter as well, so you can basically track voltages with it and see what sort of voltage is on the line. Yeah, nothing too fancy, but nice and portable and usable. So yeah, that's quite a nice little set. I'm pretty keen to get this to use and see how it works with doing a load balancing, which I'm currently undergoing on one of the buildings I'm working on. But I'll be doing a video on that load balancing to show you guys exactly how we do load balancing, what load balancing is, and how to do it the right way, not the messed up way. Just something I wanted to point out while we're doing multimeters and various other things over here is these test leads. These test leads are pretty much interchangeable to different clips or whatever you basically needing to attach, and I'm actually finding them quite nice to use. I mean, if you want to use your probes, slot your probes on and you can get different types of probes, and they actually work quite nice. So definitely a worthwhile investment if you're looking for a set of universal multimeter probes. These by any chance actually came with this MS6818 cable test system, the set, and it basically jacks in at the top, and then you can use it for doing cable tracing, etc. Nice.